through that, I noticed you had ties with OG Husky and Bear Arms. And when I spoke to these dudes, they reached out to us and they're like, Pawz is a real cool cat. You know what I mean? Like, he's somebody you want to work with, and obviously that's a sign of loyalty from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how are your ties with them? You know what I mean?
Well, for me, I come into it from, I guess that it's a gift and a curse, because I come into hip hop without the preconceived, like, yo, I gotta be a fucking douchebag to people. I gotta be phony. I gotta cut throats. I gotta do the shady shit just to get ahead. So I didn't come into hip hop with that. So I'm kind of just, open arms everybody. You know what I mean? And I learned some dudes are snakes and whatever. But I like to treat everybody the same. We're all equal. I just rap. You know what I'm saying? So, those dudes, they come from, similar backgrounds to myself. And well, Bub specifically, like when I did my last term, he actually made time out between his job and running the show to write me. And that says a lot, because if you got any family or friends incarcerated, you know how hard it is to make time to write a little letter, throw a stamp on it, address it, drop it in the box. So he did that, and that meant a lot to me. And his brother as well. Like, they played my records on the show when I was locked up. So to me, that was like, they're loyal to somebody that I can't do anything for them. You know what I mean? I'm busted. But the fact that they held me down like that, like, I got love for both of them. And then with Bear Arms, it's more like a family, like my cousin Vic from the Greenhouse Projects. It's just I kept hearing about Bear Arms are coming up, whatever. And I had a lot of friends that were already over there, so I go over there and it was open arms. It wasn't like, who the fuck is this dude? Who brought this cat? And what are you bringing to the table? And how can we benefit? And all some grimy, shady shit. They were more like, okay, you're down to represent. We respect what you do. And since then, it's been organic. It's all been real. And I think at the end of the day, that's what I can say about both of those camps, is they've always been real, and whether there's money involved, opportunities, whatever, they always kept the shit real, and I respect that,
That's, love.
Yeah.
And speaking of love, the track, the love that you put out, what was the inspiration behind that?
That was a dope collaboration. I know we mentioned collaborations.
Ariano?
Yeah, the homie Ariano, like, I was already a fan of his work, and a fan of his grind as well, because him doing records with Snoop, and then when I was on tour, I would see flyers, for shows he had coming up or he just left, Colorado, here, there. So I'm like, wow, this dude is bouncing around the country, independent, grinding, the whole technicality, indigenous, all the homies over there doing their thing. And we had talked, like, real briefly about doing a record. You know how that goes. It takes a long time, scheduling the shit. So we finally made time. He came through, and default had the beat. So that shit just happened like that. You know what I mean? And that was a dope record, because it was from the love. It wasn't forced. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, some collaborations you could kind of tell, dude did his verse, then pieced out. But we chopped it up on some stuff and we built, So I definitely respect dude's his musical talent and his grind. You know what I'm saying?
Two of the biggest tracks. Well, two of the tracks that I've seen that have the most hits. Fuck Me Now. Mm-hmm. Beats, bars, and spit. Same deal. What's the behind it?
Yeah, shout out to Crazy Race. That's somebody that that I respect too, who he's been doing it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And I would say he's kind of opened the lane. The same way Cycle One opened the lane, but we don't have to do gangster rap to be respected. And he did something that was unheard of, and did the international project where he got beats from all over the world, every pocket, every country. And we had talked about doing a record too, and he reached out and was like, yo, I want you to be on this. So that was an honor, like, to be a part of something historic like that project, to have producers from all over the world. So, and then we did the video, and that was dope. And then, those blogs that showed it love, people that picked it up. Because, a lot of people, for some reason, they can't see beyond the skin color. So they kind of like, oh, this dude can't. They pull up the YouTube video, they see what color you are, and they're like, up next. If you're Asian, up next, whatever. So luckily, a couple blogs actually listened to it and posted it, and it's been getting love, all over the world. And the Fuck Me Now song is kind of like what I just said, but in a song. Because there's certain people that they feel like, you know what, he ain't shit right now. I'm doing this, so fuck him. You know what I mean? And I got a very good fucking memory. You know what I'm saying? Photographic memory. So I remember all those people. You know what I mean? And it's not to be vindictive and like I'm gonna kick you when you're down, but the thing is don't fucking reach out to me. Because when I didn't have shit, and I try to reach out or whatever, just humbly as a human being, like, you wanted to act like you were up here. So I made that record. Like Pay Dues, perfect example. With Pay Dues, you know, I thought it was paying dues. And come to find out, it's paying dudes. You know what I mean? Like you could rent out a slot, your label could drop, you know, whatever, like 40 grand or some shit. And boom, there's your slot. You're good to go. Nobody knows who the fuck you are on the flyer, but that don't matter because you got your time slot. And so I was basically saying in that song, Fuck Me Now, I don't have enough connections to be on there. Like they're not gonna put me on, you know what I mean? So I address a lot of shit, and my man Hex is the one that made that beat, you know what I mean? It's crazy because Large Professor actually saw me perform at the Terrace in Pasadena, and he gave me props on that record. He gave me props on my performance. I was like, oh, that's a dope record. So to have somebody like that, super legendary, you know what I mean? See somebody like myself and the homie Hex doing our thing and give us props. That's dope. With the YouTube game though, I'll be honest, my YouTube shit sucks. And that's probably because I don't have a budget to get videos every day. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to shoot corny rap videos, me rapping in front of the camera because that shit is fucking whack to me. So, and then, you know, my name is spelled two different ways. P-A-W-Z and the number one, or P-A-W-Z-O-N-E. So my views are split. So, like, just a bunch of shit. I'm not trying to make excuses, but truthfully, my YouTube game has always been kind of whack. So I'm definitely going to change that with the Face the Facts album because I'm going to be doing videos for every song. It's going to be a